Hey y'all, Farmer Dre back at it. Today, I am continuing the video series of answering your guys' questions. Today, Terry asked, do we replant our strawberries every year? And I'll get into that. Before we get started, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and check out Farmer Dre Supply. That's where you're able to find all your gardening and greenhouse needs, irrigation systems, fertilizers, tomato seeds, and many seeds from start to finish. Go ahead and check it out. If you guys also have any specific questions, you can always book a 1-hour phone consultation with me, 1-hour phone call where we talk about your operation, your needs that you're wanting to find out. Always link is down in the description box below. To answer your question, Terry, we do replant our strawberries every single year. We rip out the old field, and then in August we start working up dirt. In September we plant, and there's many benefits to this, and we'll go ahead and get into it. So first thing is first, the main reason why we pull out our strawberry plants is strawberry plants are most productive in their first season. So the way we do plastic culture strawberries on our farm is we plant them in September. In September, October, November, they grow out the root system. We develop flowering crowns for the next season. Then they overwinter. So then here in Missouri, currently right now outside, it's cold. We are in the winter months. The plants are dormant right now. So then they stay dormant until it gets warm outside. So around first part of March, we uncover them. So we do cover them, row cover, keep them protected over the winter months from frost damage and cold injury damage. And then of course in the spring, they go in and start blooming when it warms up. We start protecting those flowers, making sure the crop is looking good, nice and solid. The flower buds have already been developed from the fall season. So then in the spring, they start growing, they start blooming. 30 days after bloom, we start harvesting. Then around in Missouri, about the last week of May, first week of June, second week of June, we go ahead and rip out the tomato plants. Plants are cover crop, or if you're double cropping with pumpkins or anything else, then you do that. And then if you're either planting a different plot of ground or in the same ground, you just want to start working up soil, and then we start off again with plug plants in September. And the biggest reason why we do that, like I mentioned, strawberry plants are the most productive in their first season. So our goal here on our farm is to produce about 1 pound of strawberries per plant. So that is about 1 quart of strawberries per plant. And that's always been the kind of the benchmark, the threshold for strawberry production. But now with some newer varieties like Ruby June, which we planted quite a bit of this year, I know farmers should produce a lot more, and you're able to produce, at the end of the day, if you can produce a lot more strawberries per plant, that's more money in your pocket. So, but we always try to aim for that 1 pound per plant, and that's why we replant every single spring. If you do leave your plants in the ground a whole other season, then on plastic, the way we do it on plastic, you're not able to produce those runners. And if you can't get those runners to produce and start a whole new plant, then that same plant, the same mother plant, will not produce that many strawberries in the second season. The second biggest reason why we replant strawberries every single year is disease pressure. Strawberry plants are very susceptible, not the plants themselves, but strawberry blooms are very susceptible. And I guess the plants themselves are very, vulnerable. They get disease really easily, fungal diseases. So we fight anthracnose, botrytis very, very badly. And if you're not able to control that in your planting, even though we start off with fresh, nice plants, those fungal diseases come in, then all your strawberries will rot and potentially your plants can die. So it is much easier to manage a planting that's been in the ground for a few months than a planting that's been in the ground for many, many years. And since strawberries are such a low-growing crop, they're closer to the ground, rain, and the strawberry plants don't like wet feet. So if you're not able to prevent that from happening, then your strawberry plants could you can either lose your entire crop of strawberries from the fruit molding, or the entire planting from just the crown system and the root system just collapsing on you. So it's just better off starting off with fresh new plants, keep them in the ground for 9 months, pull them out, and just restart with all new. Those are the two biggest reasons why we replant strawberries every year. The older version of strawberry growing or strawberry production has been the matted row. And if you get up north into northern regions of the United States, like Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, up in that area, even like New York, they do a lot of matted row strawberries where, they plant a single plant, but they don't use plastic like we do. They use straw or mulch. And then that same mother plant produces runners, and they take those runners in the same bed. And planting is good for many, many years. But like I mentioned, down in this region, in the Midwest, we're not able to keep the plants disease-free all summer long. And if you're not pulling out your plants, you got to manage those crops the entire length of the summer. When it gets really hot, more diseases come in. So it's just always easier for us to replant. Yes, initially it's a lot more upfront cost. I know this year we did pay about 35 cents per plant alone. We planted 47,000 plants, so there goes a big chunk of change. A few $1,000s in the plant itself. Of course, you got labor, plastic, drip tape, equipment use. But like I said, if you pencil it all out, you are more profitable year after year replanting their strawberries than to keep them for many, many years and having to fight all those other issues we talked about. So if you're doing plastic ultra strawberries, it is a must to replant every year. All right, that's gonna be it for today. If you guys have any other questions about strawberry growing, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below, and I'm gonna do my best to answer those questions in a full video form, of course, with my experience on our farm and in my opinion. So if you guys have any questions, comments, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. This is gonna be it for today. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and check out FarmerDreSupply.com. That's where you're able to find all your gardening and greenhouse needs. And if you guys also want to book a phone call with me, have any specific topics you guys want to talk about, if you guys are struggling with anything, like I mentioned, go to Farmer Dre Supply and we will get that taken care of. This is it for today. If you guys haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button, smash that like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, hit that notification icon so you guys can be notified whenever I do upload a video. I want to say thanks for watching up to this point. Y'all have a good day, and we will see you next time.